Good morning from the Auto Show New York. We are standing here in the Maserati stand with Mr. Tom Shanley, head of Maserati North America. I would like to ask some questions regarding the Maserati brand. And would you please explain to us what is Maserati presenting here? Which have been the newest models
Sure.
on the market for the United States market, please?
Sure. Well, thanks for having me. So we're our world debut of our Ghibli Nerissimo, which is our black edition. We built 450 exclusively for the North American market. It's a Ghibli with all blacked out trim, black wheels, sport seats, sport steering wheel, monochromatic look on the outside with red brake calipers. So it's a special edition car. It's one of only 450 we're going to build for the United States only, and this is our world debut of the car here at the New York Auto Show. In fact, today is our first day.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yes, we're very excited about it.
And what about the cooperation with the super brand Zegna, which it's giving you the opportunity to put on top of already a super made in Italy style live something that it's really unbelievable, and only I think Italian could be able to do this such of cooperation.
That's great. Zegna is a terrific partner of ours. We offer Zegna silk interiors exclusively on the Levante, the Ghibli, and the Quattroporte. And again, as you say, Maserati is truly Italian, and Zegna, of course, is truly Italian. So it really is a marriage made in heaven. You get an Italian sports car, Italian sedan with a great Italian Zegna silk interior. You can't find it anywhere else in the world except for at Maserati.
I want to ask you a question regarding how do you engage new clients to approach such an incredible brand as Maserati. I mean, Americans, of course, they know Maserati. Mm-hmm. I think people that love to drive sports car or a kind of elegant car like the Quattroporte, they, of course, already know the brands.
Sure.
But how you can improve, and which is the way you are reaching this new targeted of people in order to them let's try the car, like come over our auto salon.
Sure.
Trying to make in a way that can work?
That's a great question. So we have 108 dealers in the United States that sell Maserati. So what we try to do is leverage the relationship with our 108 dealers in their local markets. So we help them sponsor events. We invite people to the dealerships, or we'll go off-site, perhaps to a golf course, set up a Maserati driving event, and try to invite clients that may be aware of Maserati but don't own a Maserati so they can come and experience our car. Let's face it, there's a lot of competition in the marketplace, but what Maserati offers from a driving dynamic and from an experience is completely different than the Germans and the Asians. And the best way for people to experience that is to bring them out, put them behind the wheel, hit that button, hear that Ferrari source twin turbocharged engine come to life, and drive the car. And when we do that, and when our dealers do that, that's when we get people to say, this is Maserati, and they get excited about the brand, and then hopefully from that point they buy one and they become part of our family.
So then when they step in, then they stay.
Yes, that's a great point. When we get someone behind the wheel, our dealer's ability then to have that dialogue with that client and have them buy a Maserati goes through the roof. Because again, they're aware of the brand, but they may not know exactly that we have an SUV like the Levante or a sedan like the Ghibli, and they sit in the car and they get to experience it. And at that point, it's like putting on a nice Italian suit. Once you put the suit on, you're buying that suit. Just like if they sit in our car, they're going to buy our car.
That's great. And tell me something about the new Levante. Which is the more interesting aspect for the American market on Levante's models?
So, the Americans over the past few years have been shifting into SUVs. So I think it's important that the Maserati brand have an SUV. But what's important about the Levante, it's a Maserati first. So when you get behind the wheel, the driver dynamics, the engine, the way the car handles, the way it drives, is a Maserati first. And then you have all the utility and the safety that Americans want in an SUV. So it really is the best of both worlds. And what's great about the Levante too, it's bringing a whole new client to the Maserati. We are very much a male-dominated brand. We have a lot of male customers, and the Levante is actually attracting more female customers to the brand. They're more educated, have a higher income, and they're younger. And so that's a great thing for the future of Maserati is now we're going to have more women buying our cars, which will help us with our growth as we continue to expand the lineup as we move forward.
That's dangerous. Women driving Maserati.
It's terrific. And again, a lot of our cars, the GT, GTC, great cars, but a majority of those cars are owned by men. And a lot of women buy SUVs. They feel safer driving them. It fits their lifestyles, whether at work or at home. And now they've got an opportunity to drive a Maserati, but also have a car that fits their lifestyle. It's great for the brand, and it's great for us here in the U.S. as well.
US is a big market.
Yes.
East Coast, West Coast, South. Can you just tell me which are the market inside the United States which are more interested in your models?
So that's another great question. So here in New York, of course, is one of our biggest markets. We have tremendous dealer representation here, and then in South Florida and in Southern California. So if you look at where all their premium brands have a lot of sales, it's in the Northeast, the Southeast, and over in California too. But what's important for Maserati is we are expanding. We've added dealers in Texas, Chicago, Denver, St. Louis. So even in the middle part of the country, where maybe 5 years ago, there was a customer that wanted a Maserati, but there wasn't a dealer to go to. We've now expanded our dealer network so that if there's a customer in another part of the country that wants a Maserati, now they have the ability to go buy one and, of course, get it serviced there as well, too. So, our plan is to have nice, steady growth of our dealer network, but also, there's a lot of people in the middle part of the country that would have loved a Maserati, but they didn't have a dealer to go to. Now they do, and it's helping us, our brand grow and help us expand our customer base.
Well, this is very important because it gives also the client the opportunity to have a good service, kind of service for their, whatever is happening. They know now they can be look forward.
That's exactly right. I mean, it's one thing to buy a car. People will drive a long distance to buy a car, but when your car needs to have its service, you need to get an oil change or rotate the tires. They don't have the time or the ability to drive 100 miles to get their car serviced. So now having dealer representation local, they can go there. Our dealers will provide them a Maserati loaner so they can experience another product, and then hopefully they get their car fixed, they're happy, and they're on their way.
Do they more lease the car or they own the car? What is the average of your clients?
So in pockets of the U.S., the Northeast here in New York, parts of Florida and California, it's very high lease penetration. The way that people just want to buy cars in the Northeast and the Southeast, they want to turn their cars every couple of years. Other parts of the country, they don't lease at all. They like to own their cars, so they buy them at retail. So we have a very nice balance between lease on the coast and more retail purchasing in the middle part of the country. So it's a great balance for us.
And so what about the used market? How it is going? Because, I mean, if you now have a lot of new models, of course, in the next 3-4 years with the leasing contract which are going to be terminated, you're going to have a lot of also used car. Do you have also a kind of audience that is interested as well in used Maserati?
Yes, in fact, we just launched our Maserati Certified Pre-Owned program, Officini Maserati Certified Pre-Owned. We just announced that to our dealers this month. This year we have over 5,000 clients that their leases are expiring. So it's great for our brand. We have people coming back that have been driving our cars for 3 years. Now it's an opportunity to take them out of the lease, put them in a new Maserati, and now our dealers now have these great 3-year-old Maseratis that they can put as a certified pre-owned on their used car lot, and now we can attract even more clients to the brand. That's what's going to be great about CPO for Maserati. A lot of people want a Maserati, but not everyone can afford one. Now we think the certified pre-owned Maserati is going to be a great opportunity for somebody to come into the Maserati family and buy a certified pre-owned, and after a couple years, when they're done with their certified pre-owned car, we put them into a new Maserati. So it's great for us.
United States market is a huge market.
Yes.
It's a very short question. Is more Levante or more Quattroporte or both?
So we're about 50% of our sales will be Levante, about half, and then the other half will be Ghibli, will be the next volume car, then Quattroporte, and then GT, GTC. So if you put Ghibli and Levante together, it's about 80% of the cars that we sell here in the U.S. Quattroporte's 12 or 13%, and then the rest will be GT, GTC.
Do you have clients they start to buy a Levante and then they like also to drive and to own a Quattroporte or a GT?
Yes, actually, our dealers have told us that. So another great thing about the Levante, it's bringing new people into our showrooms that maybe don't know we have a GT, GTC, don't know we have a Quattroporte, don't know we have a Ghibli, and they come in, they buy the Levante, and then they go, oh, what's that car? Let me drive that car. So we've actually had dealers where customers have come in and bought a Levante and then wind up buying another Maserati because they just learned about our car. So it's been great for our dealers, and it's a great way to expand our customer base.
Very good. So Maserati, a big family.
Yes, it's a big family, absolutely big Italian family. We love it.
Thank you so much
Yes.
for your time.
Yeah, grazie.
Thank you.
You got it.